Good morning, North Schuylkill. I'm Doug Wiest.
And I'm Dan Tomtitian.
Today's show features a number of stories about members of the North Schuylkill community working to make the world a better place. You'll find that although it makes a great impact, it isn't difficult to be part of a positive change. After our episode, we hope you work to find ways to help make some positive changes that will help others.
You may have noticed that my co-star Doug got his hair cut 2 weeks ago. Haircuts are usually pretty casual events, but at times they can be something more. Prior to having his hair trimmed, Doug decided to help others by donating his hair to a company that produces wigs for women with cancer. Doug isn't alone though. Other students have already made similar donations and are planning for the future. Let's hear a little more about the process.
I'm Lindsay Western here with In the News. I'm here with Doug. So Doug, why did you donate your hair?
I figured out it was long enough too, and I wanted to cut my hair at some point. So when I saw it was long enough too, I said I'm going to donate it, and multiple people told me I should, and I looked into it, and so I did.
Did you grow your hair with the intentions of donating it?
Yes, I did.
Do you know the requirements that you needed to donate it?
I think 8 inches was the requirement.
And do you know where your hair was going?
Locks for Love.
What were the requirements needed to donate your hair?
So where I donated to was Pantene, and they do wigs for women with cancer. So I needed 8 inches of hair, and I ended up getting about 9.5 to 10 inches of donation.
Would you do this process again?
Yes, I would.
Why would you do it again?
'Cause I want people to be happy.
Would you repeat the process again?
Oh, definitely. It honestly gave me a great feeling afterwards because I knew where it was going to, and soon I should be getting a letter in the mail on where my hair actually did go to. But it is definitely a great feeling when you do it, and it just gives you a sense that you know you're helping people, and it's just a great feeling.
Thank you.
Growing 8 inches of hair is a long process that takes a lot of time and patience, but there are still things we can do to help every day. One initiative that will begin on Monday is a new recycling program. Currently, a lot of recyclable materials find their way in the trash and eventually in landfills, but this new initiative will allow students and staff to help the environment by ensuring that disposable water bottles find their way to new use.
You may ask, why is it so important to recycle your plastic bottles? Americans consume over 8.5 billion gallons of water every year. The average person will use 167 disposable water bottles per year, but will only recycle 38. This has a huge impact on the environment because it takes 3 times the amount of water to produce a new plastic bottle than it would take to fill one. It also requires 17 million barrels of oil each year to produce the amount of bottles in demand. Please pay attention to the next segment to know how you can help.
Hi, David Sokolowski with In the News. I'm here with Ari Wolf, going to talk about the recycling program here at NS. Are we only going to be recycling plastic now at North Schuylkill?
Yeah, we thought about aluminum and plastic, but more students are using plastic in the school, so that's what we're doing for now.
Are you looking to expand the project any further than that?
Oh, definitely. As of right now, the school already recycles paper and cardboard, and next year we're looking to incorporate aluminum.
Ari, where will these bins be located in the building?
There are going to be 2 in the cafeteria, there's going to be 1 in the downstairs lobby, and there's always 1 in Miss White's room as well.
How will this project benefit the school?
Well, first off, it's going to help the environment, and we could also win some prizes for the amount we recycle.
Back to you.
Last year, Think Big raised over $12,000 and are looking to top that number this year. One of the biggest contributions to their efforts came through the dance marathon. This year, the marathon will be held on April 27th, but students can register now. Students can register as individuals for $30 apiece or as a team for $150. All students who register should request donations from friends, family, and neighbors. The individual student, as well as the 5-person team that raised the most money, will be treated to a special reward. Last year, winners were granted access to a VIP lounge where they didn't have to attend classes and could watch movies, play games, and were treated to snacks and refreshments.
Please sign up next week during lunches so that you can start accepting donations to contribute to the overall Think Big total.
Tonight, both the boys and girls basketball teams will be facing off in their first round of districts at the Mecca. The The girls' game starts at 6 and the boys follow in a doubleheader at 7:30. In addition to an admission ticket, you may also consider purchasing a limited edition student section shirt. Many students will be wearing these new t-shirts not only to support Spartan basketball, but also to support a school 1,000 miles away.
Last Wednesday, a tragic school shooting at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida led to deaths of 17 victims that included both students and teachers. The event has since sparked debate about safety and gun control, but has also prompted people around the country to make donations. The sale of this week's student section shirts will benefit the families of these victims. Here's Courtney Weichel with Mr. Roseberry for some more information.
I'm Courtney Weichel here with Mr. Roseberry. Whose idea was it to sell the shirts that benefit Parkland?
Well, I'd like to say that it was my idea, but I was actually sitting Sunday night working our newsletter that I sent out to the teachers, and I received an email from Ari Wolf. And it basically had kind of a sketch of a design for front and back, and it said March Madness, which caught my attention because March Madness is obviously a big thing. We have 2 teams playing in the playoffs this Friday. And then I saw, like, it said Spartans and it said for Parkland, and I thought, wow, what a great idea for like a fundraiser. So I sent that out to the teachers, and then Ari came in the next morning, and the design kind of got tweaked throughout the entire day. How it started, it kind of evolved over the hours till eventually we ended up with, I think, a fantastic design. And with the shirt, you basically have, it's going to be, I think it's $8 and $10, but there's going to be $3 to $5 profit off each shirt that'll go directly to the relief for the Parkland, for the school district that had the shooting.
Can you show us what the shirts look like?
Well, I happen to have a shirt right here. Hold on one second.
How many shirts do you expect to sell?
We actually, these shirts were run off in one day. We did the design 2 days ago, and we ordered 1,352 shirts. One of those shirts, of course, being a 5X for Sparty, so he can also support Parkland, and he'll be at the game with his shirt on. So that's a lot of shirts, but I think we're going to have to place a second order. We're already out of double X's.
Are students still able to get these?
They've been on sale all week in the cafeteria and throughout the morning, and all day today. They will be on sale as well, so you can get them from you can get them in the cafeteria. There's a second order that will be in by today, and so everyone can go to the game tonight with that shirt on.
In the fall, North Schuylkill donated over $5,000 to help Texas after Hurricane Harvey. Why do you think it's important for schools to help out other schools?
I think it's a sign of solidarity. I think all schools have a common theme and a common sense of belonging, and I think we have to help each other. And anytime there's a tragedy, whether it's a natural disaster, and we want to provide relief to the families, if it's a tragedy like we just had, I think we're all impacted by it. We're feeling it in the building now with some changes that are already happening and a heightened sense of awareness. So I think it just makes us all feel better whenever we can help, because there's plenty of times that we're in need, and we would like other schools to do the same. And I think schools are really good at that. And I think our student body and faculty and district are fantastic at and are very giving and supportive. That's why we're going to sell probably over 1,500 shirts, because people want to support the victims of Parkland.
Over the past week, school safety has been a topic that seems unavoidable, and North Schuylkill is also considering how to best protect students and staff. On Monday, an open meeting was held where people could express their potential concerns. There are still a number of topics that are being planned for discussion, and we'd like to make sure students are part of that discussion. First and foremost, the number one priority is making sure people in our building are safe, so here is Dr. Ackle with some details about what is happening here at NS.
Will there be any building changes to promote safety?
We regularly look at our policies, procedures, protocols about safety throughout the year. Obviously, after the tragedy last week, that heightened our awareness to this, and we are currently reviewing all our procedures, protocols, and policies with school safety in mind. We've been working with the local police department and the Pennsylvania State Police to bring them in for if they want to give us any suggestions. So we are currently looking at everything and taking it all in, and if we see any changes that need to be made, we will make them as needed.
What can students do to ensure that NS is as safe as possible?
Well, when it comes to students, I think there's two things that come to mind that students can do. One, make sure all the doors to the outside of the building are always kept locked. If somebody comes to the front door or downstairs to the lobby and tries to get in the building, no matter who that person is, the students should never let any stranger in the building, or for that matter, anybody, including myself. If I'm trying to get in the building because I'm coming back maybe from a meeting or from the elementary, I don't want to see a student letting me in. Even though I'm a friendly face, I should have to follow the proper protocols to get in the building. So I think one, students, don't let anybody in the building, no matter who they are. Let them buzz in the proper way into the building. And the second thing what students can do, I think, practice or put into place the policy, if you see something, say something. So if you see something that's out of place, say something to a teacher or administrator. If you hear something, you hear a classmate talking about school shootings or guns or violence, don't ignore it. Bring it to somebody's attention. Same thing with social media. You see something on social media that you don't think's right or appropriate, don't ignore it. Bring it to somebody's attention so that we can act on it. So that they're the two main things. Keep the doors locked, and if you see something, say something.
Thank you.
This week's reward system winner for junior high is Rebecca Razis from Mrs. Live, and for senior high, it's Kaylee Joyce from Mrs. Terry. Please claim your prize in the office.
I'm Doug Weiss.
And I'm Dan Tomtitian.
Put a little sunshine in your day.